Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with amazing physical powers far beyond those of mortal men, and who, disguised as Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for a great metropolitan newspaper, wages a never-ending battle for truth and justice. Today, in his guise of Clark Kent, Superman is about to begin an investigation of the Metropolis subway disaster when he is suddenly interrupted by the startling news that the Ghost Brigade has struck again.
Chief, it's so incredible I can hardly believe it.
Incredible or not, it's true. To the tune of $500,000.
But are you sure you got the message straight?
I'm positive. The Metropolis National Bank was held up by Jesse James and his gang.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Within the short space of 15 minutes of a spring morning, the vast network of the Metropolis subway, in which millions of people rode daily to and from work, suddenly became a scene of chaos and panic. From one end of the city to the other, crowded trains were stalled, the passengers trapped in smoke-filled tunnels, and transportation throughout Metropolis was brought to an abrupt halt. The administrative forces of the city, led by Mayor Perry White, immediately went into high gear to meet the emergency. And then, out of the confusion, one question screamed uppermost in the minds of everyone affected. How did it happen? The strange answer was supplied by Joe Miller, the chief dispatcher of the subway.
You won't believe me. You'll think I'm crazy. But I swear it happened. I was alone in the central office when all of a sudden, somebody came in. He was wearing boots and leather breeches. And he had a big red sash around his waist. On his head, he wore a big three-cornered hat, and on it, there was a skull and crossbones. It was Captain Kidd who messed up the subway. Captain Kidd, the pirate.
Then, as if to supply final proof for the seemingly fantastic story, a coin was found in the traffic control office. A coin of Spanish gold, dated 1745. But now Clark Kent has just received news of another startling development, and we find him in a cab with young Jimmy Olsen speeding through city traffic, heading for the Metropolis Bank.
Jeepers, Mr. Kent, $500,000. I didn't think there was that much money in the whole world.
It's a big haul, Jim. Worst robbery we've ever had in Metropolis.
And in broad daylight, too. They sure had nerve.
Well, Jesse James was famous for his nerve.
Jesse James? What are you talking about, Mr. Kent?
Inspector Henderson reported that Jesse James and his gang of outlaws pulled the robbery.
What? But Jesse James is dead. He's been dead a long time.
Oh, so is Captain Kidd, but he was seen this morning, too.
Jeepers, Mr. Kent, what's going on in this town?
That's what I'd like to know, Jim.
Here you are, Sid. Metropolis Bank.
Okay. File out, Jim. We'll find Inspector Henderson inside. There's Inspector Henderson, Jim. Come on.
Who's that he's talking to, Mr. Kent?
Probably Mr. Presby, the bank president.
Boy, he looks mad enough to chew nails.
You would be, too, if you were in his shoes, I guess. Hello, Inspector.
Kent, what are you doing here? I thought I gave orders that no report...
Now, don't start that again. I'm here as Mayor White's personal representative, remember?
Indeed. Well, gentlemen, you can tell Perry White for me that in all my years as a citizen of the metropolis, I've never witnessed a more flagrant exhibition of incompetence on the part of our so-called law enforcement.
Now, Mr. Presby, please.
I want you to give the mayor a full report of this outrage, Mr. Kent.
Well, I'll be very glad to, sir, but I need some facts. Exactly what happened.
We were robbed of $500,000. That's what happened.
Yes, I know that, but how?
And what's this routine about Jesse James?
Well, Mr. Presby claims he saw Jesse James and his brother Frank James hold up the bank.
Inspector Henderson, I resent your implication that I'm lying. I saw them with my own eyes. Boots, spurs, 10-gallon hats, everything. Even black handkerchiefs across their faces.
Then how could you be sure they were really the James boys?
They called each other Frank and Jesse. And when they left, they shouted, "The James boys ride again."
Jeepers.
And they rode horses.
My men haven't found anyone who saw two horsemen.
I don't care what your men haven't found. It's just another example of their incompetence. I tell you, I saw them with my own eyes.
I'm sure you did, Mr. Presby, but well, there must be some reasonable explanation. Now, tell me, where were they standing when they actually held up the bank?
Well, the one who was called Jesse stood out in the center of the bank. There, in line with the first teller's cage.
About here, sir?
Yes. And the other one, Frank, collected the money.
How could they get so much, Mr. Presby? Do you usually have $500,000 in cash lying around?
No, but we were making up some large payroll.
Hey, what's this?
Well, what have you got, Mr. Kent?
Take a look at this, Inspector.
What is it?
Piece of wax, I think.
Wax?
Yes. Do your cleaning men use wax on these floors, Mr. Presby?
No, not that I know of.
Oh. And you're sure that this Jesse James was standing right here?
I said so, didn't I? Anyway, why are you wasting time with trifles like that? Inspector Henderson,
Jim,
Yes, Mr. Kent?
I want you to call Perry White at City Hall and tell him exactly what Mr. Presby told us, then beat it back to the office and wait for me.
Okay, but what are you going to
A
do?
little fast checking. Wish me luck, Jim.
Chief, will you please stop that merry-go-round? You're making me dizzy.
Well, I'm dizzy now, Lois. Captain Kidd, Jesse James, great jumpity Hossafat. What's going on in this town?
Well, you won't find out by pacing the floor.
Oh, why in heaven's name doesn't Kent phone? I told him to report to me as soon as he found out anything.
Maybe he has nothing to report. You should have sent me.
Send you away? Well, that's probably him now. Hello? Who? I'll put him on.
Who is it, Chief?
It's Blaine, the fire commissioner.
Oh,
Hello, Blaine? Oh, what can I do for you? What? No, wait. Calm down, will you, man?
what is it, Chief?
The docks. What's wrong with them? Great stubborn... How did it start? Well, can you handle it all right?
Chief, what's cooking?
All right, I'll be right down.
What is it, Chief? What's the matter?
Oh, plenty. There's a fire at the city oil dump.
A fire?
5 barges, all fully loaded with fuel oil, are going up in smoke. Come on, Lois, we've got to get down there.
There's Mr. Blaine, Chief.
Where?
On that fire truck.
Oh, yes. Blaine.
Oh, Mayor White! Glad you got here, sir.
How's it going?
Still nipping tough. We can't get the blaze under control. We're just trying to keep it from spreading.
Find out how it started?
According to reports, the whole pier seemed to go afloat.
Good heavens.
What in the world?
Look, Chief, look.
Where?
Out at the end of the pier. See, the smoke is lifting.
Great Chief Hossafat.
What is that?
Don't you recognize him? It's Nero.
Nero?
Yes, the Roman emperor who fiddled while Rome burned.
Too surprised to move, Lois Lane, Perry White, and the fire commissioner can only stare in speechless horror at the fantastic figure who stands at the end of the blazing pier, feet spread wide, a white Roman toga billowing about his fat body, and a leafy garland encircling his brow as he saws away at his fiddle while flames leap and crackle around him. It is unmistakably Nero, the fabulous Roman emperor. In just a moment, we'll bring you the suspense-packed climax of today's episode. So keep listening. And now, back to the adventures of Superman. Summoned to the metropolis waterfront, where a gigantic fire, fed by thousands of gallons of oil, blazes out of control, Lois Lane and Mayor Perry White were startled when, through the billowing black smoke, they caught a glimpse of a figure easily recognizable as Nero, the long-dead Roman dictator. But as quickly as he had appeared, the smoke closed around his fat toga-clad body, and when it cleared again, he had vanished.
I don't believe it. I was seeing things.
No, Chief, he was standing right out there at the end of the pier. You saw him too, Commissioner Blaine.
Well, I saw something. Commissioner Blaine! Oh, Bailey, did you send in another alarm?
Yes, sir. But I just got a message from the fireboat out in the harbor.
Well?
The burning oil is floating out into the harbor with the tide. They can't stop it.
Good
Tell
heavens!
the skipper to fall back slowly and clear all shipping out.
But he can't, sir. There are 2 nitrate boats out there at anchor.
Nitrate boats?
Most of the crews are ashore. They can't get steam up in time.
Nitrate! Great Caesar Blaine! You realize what will happen if the fire reaches those boats?
Remember what happened in Texas?
Great Scott, the nitrate will explode and Metropolis will be wiped out.
Through the angry sea of flame now spreading swiftly over the placid waters of Metropolis Harbor, the 2 freighters can be dimly seen, idly swinging at anchor. 2 ships carrying a cargo of death and destruction in their hold. How can the fire be stopped before it reaches the nitrate? And what is the explanation behind the sudden appearances of the ghosts of Captain Kidd, Jesse James, and Nero? For the answers to some of these questions, be sure to listen to Chapter 3 of The Ghost Brigade, tomorrow, same time, same station, on The Adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comics magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time.